So, I use my Apple Watch Ultra every single day and I love it to the core. Like, the hardware is amazing. I use it to track my workouts, to track my activity, to close my rings. Closing the rings is so well gamified, it keeps you motivated. I mean, I've lost kilos and kilos in the past just because of this Apple Watch Ultra. And Apple in the hardware department has almost aced everything with this Apple Watch. But there's this one little thing that's very annoying and Apple is not to be blamed for it. It's the developers.
Yeah.
So Apple's default apps like the workout app, the heart rate app, the ECG app, the blood oxygen app, every little app that Apple has made works flawlessly on any of the Apple Watches. But those apps don't complete the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch is completed by the apps that the developers make. Like, even in the case of the iPhone, when the first iPhone launched, there was no App Store, but when the App Store launched, that changed the game.
So, you're a developer. Your dream is to get it in front of every iPhone user, the App Store. This is an application we've written to deliver apps to the iPhone. And we're going to put it on every single iPhone.
Apple opened the gates and they allowed developers to come up with their creation, their applications, and that completed the story of the iPhone. But with the case of the Apple Watch, the story is very different. So with the original Apple Watch, the hype was all about workouts, fitness, tracking, and how it changed people's lives. Those stories are still the key driving factors, but as a user, I feel the applications on the Apple Watch suck big time. So when I'm paying a lakh of a rupee for an Apple Watch, I expect everything to be seamless, smooth, perfect. Full credit to Apple, all the first-party apps, they work very well, and each and every first-party app on the Apple Watch is there to solve a particular problem. Like, for example, the camera application. You just open it and you can control the camera of your iPhone. Very handy, right? The Maps application gives you a proper map view and you can start navigating without your phone. Same goes with the calculator app. You can quickly do calculations and you're done. But that's not the story with the third-party applications. So most of the third-party applications that I use on my Apple Watch do not function at all. Like the banking applications, for example, the Axis Bank app only shows up the logo. Like, what am I supposed to do? Just stare at the logo all day? Or like the Smart Home EcoVax application. Once I open it, it says it just can't run on an Apple Watch. Or the Zoom app, like what is it doing on my Apple Watch if it requires an iPhone each time I open it? Switching to the MyGate app, same story. So I feel the problem here is that developers are not giving enough time in developing these applications for the Apple Watch. Maybe it's too cost intensive or too complex, or they just don't care about the users using their Apple Watch app. I think applications on such an expensive watch should work fine. And hey, if you don't want to spend all that time in developing an Apple Watch app, then just don't have it. Why do you have an application that just asks the user to open their iPhone and use the same application? Doesn't make sense, right? The mainstream applications like Facebook, Instagram are still not there on the Apple Watch. Like, I know it's a small screen, but let the users decide. Even YouTube is not there on the Apple Watch. There are third-party applications, but then they are not very efficient. WhatsApp took almost a decade to come to the Apple Watch. And finally it's here, but you can't take phone calls, you can't do stuff, you can just read out messages, you cannot watch videos, you can check out images, and you can just literally reply to chats. Talking about WhatsApp on my Apple Watch, I recently found out that WhatsApp is taking more than 2 gigabytes on my Apple Watch. So I decided to clear up some space. I went to WhatsApp, and to my surprise, I couldn't see a manage storage button on my Apple Watch. Strange. How do I delete stuff on this while still keeping the data on my iPhone? No clarity. So you see, most of the developers don't seem to be too much into making an Apple Watch application. But don't get me wrong, there are a few amazing applications by well-known developers for the Apple Watch, like the Zero app. It helps keep track of my fasting data. Waterminder is again a third-party application and works flawlessly. Zomato, though slightly slower, but works well on the Apple Watch and it's well engineered for the Apple Watch. So I feel that developers should take their time out and give the Apple users a good experience, and if they don't want to do that, don't have an Apple Watch app. Also, 90% of the third-party applications that work well on the Apple Watch stop working when you don't have your phone around. So even if you have a cellular watch, you can't use these applications without having your phone connected to your Apple Watch. So these tiny little things pinch me. I feel if you're paying such a premium price for a smartwatch, the experience should be bloody good. Fix these issues, guys. It's leaving a very bad taste. What are your thoughts? Do you use an Apple Watch? And if yes, what are the applications that you usually use on a daily basis? Let me know in the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe to Tech Tips Only to stay on the tech side of life.
Yeah.